Embark number 18, Grace, the journey of grief. I want to talk about the technology of Embark. I want to talk about this oil in specific, and I want to talk about the ways that grief can lock in our bodies. Now, the lungs, our lungs and our heart and chest and breast area is the first area where grief locks. And I would like all of you to go and think about when you have lost someone, or a loss or a death has taken place in your life. About 2 weeks in, you start to get flu, sinus or pneumonia. I have seen it in the last 5 years. My research has shown it. The lungs represent freedom, but the lungs also represent grief. So in this journey, we are going to do a lot of lung wellness tips and lung wellness tricks. And I'm going to talk a lot about lungs, and we're going to do practical lung exercises. And it's going to be all about lung wellness. For if you know that you have just had a shock of loss, or you know someone around you, someone you love, if you're a therapist, you have patients, your children, if they have gone through loss with you, or you have lost someone. So whether you have lost a pet, whether the budgie has died, whether your bird has died, whether you are divorcing, whether you are moving house, whether you are immigrating to another country, whether someone around you passes away, this has all got to do with loss. If your child comes home and says, my friend is not my friend anymore, or my teacher has left, or the oma or the opa has passed away, or you are putting your child in another school, it is a loss. And it will lock in the body, in the chest, in the heart center. It will lock as a loss. And I would like you to be aware and mindful of the sinuses, the chest, the heart, because sinus is also called internal crying. So people that don't cry often, I don't cry easily, I don't cry often. Pain for me is too deep to connect to tears. So I often get a sinus attack when I go through loss and I don't release the tears. I have seen people within 6 weeks from losing someone, a loved one, especially a mother that dies. I have seen that person having to go to the cardiologist, and they have had a heart arrhythmia, they've had a change in their heartbeat, or they have had some heart issue. And there's a condition called broken heart syndrome that we are also going to discuss in the Rejoice journey. The Rejoice journey is really focused on when your heart gets broken. In the grief journey, we focus a lot on the chest, and we focus a lot on the lungs, and we also are going to focus a lot on the thyroid. I have seen a lot of thyroids lock because of loss, and then I've seen a lot of COPD, lung illnesses, lung ailments, and broken heart syndromes walk into the practice because of the loss, the grief of someone that they loved deeply that passes away. So now we've established we have different types of losses. We have loss that can be through divorce. We have loss that can be you are immigrating, leaving your home, moving to another house can be a loss, losing a beloved pet, someone who dies, a fairy tale that shatters, a friendship that dies. When an employee that you care for leaves your company, you can see that as a loss. And once we understand loss, and we can start working with loss and understanding that seasons is part of life and loss is part of the seasons of our lives, we can then use our Embark Elixir, and we will start using it on our thyroid. We will rub it on our thyroid, we will rub it on our heart, and we will rub it on our lung area, because this is mainly where the grief locks. And of course we are going to inhale very often, and I want you to, when you use your elixir and inhale it, truly feel where it activates in your body. For wherever you might have felt the loss could have locked in your liver, or in your thyroid or in your lungs. All of us, our bodies are different and all our bodies lock in different ways. So the technology of this specific Embark is to support you in releasing the grief that is locked in an organ in your body. It will release with ease, and it is going to give you the strength to get onto the bridge, to go over the bridge mindfully, going through the phases of grief, and then when you are ready, come to the end of that bridge, integrating that grief, knowing who you are without the loss, and having the bravery to move forward in your life without that which you have lost.